Hey there friends, it's Codiak here. Welcome back to Legacy Gaming and welcome to Elden Ring. Today we're checking out another boss and breaking down everything you need to know to defeat the Bell-Bearing Hunter and of course, talk about the loot you get for killing the boss. The Bell-Bearing Hunter is a stone-cold killer infused with some sort of magic energy that makes his sword a bit more unpredictable than your average soldier. One of the things you'll have to quickly learn to adapt to is his ability to throw his sword and control it mid-flight. Couple that with the standard gamut of physical attacks often associated with swordsmen, and you've got yourself a pretty interesting but totally beatable boss. To engage with the Bell-Bearing Hunter, you first need to talk to Knight Bernal at the War Master's Shack southeast of Stormveil Castle. This is the NPC that sells you different ashes of war, but at night, things get a bit different. Once you talk to him, fast travel away and set the time of day to night. This is the first step to summoning the boss. Then head back to the War Master's Shack. If you've done everything right, the Bell-Bearing Hunter should invade and the fight will commence. Right off the bat, you'll need to be prepared for a number of sword-based attacks, both physical and those amplified by magic. Like most swordsmen, the Bell-Bearing Hunter can use a combination of slashes to great effect. Sometimes he'll use a single slash, other times a two-swing combination, but it's the three-swing combination that combines two slashes with a lunging stab that you really need to look out for. Usually I like to isolate each of these out for the guide, but the boss can whip out any of these at any time, and that's really the challenge here because what he uses, while easy enough to avoid, can be a bit unpredictable. Look for singular attacks, two-swing combinations, and even that three-swing wombo combo. The boss will also use a shield slam ability. This often happens when the player manages to get behind the boss. The shield slam animation allows the boss to pivot quickly, redirecting him towards the player. The slam itself has a bit of a wind-up and AoE component to it, so just be careful. When you see him lean back, prepare to dodge. The final ability, not infused with magic, is a shoulder charge. The boss will drop his shoulder and shoot forward with remarkable speed and range. This one will most likely throw you for a loop at first, because it's a little like, whoa, that was way more impressive than I thought it would be, but once you see it once, it becomes easier to predict. Now let's step things up just a bit. The Bell-Bearing Hunter has the ability to infuse his sword with some sort of magic, and this is what really elevates the fight. The first attack is a multi-part combination. The boss's sword will levitate away from the hunter and then, in wide sweeping arcs, cut across the body. This can happen in combinations of 2 or 3, and the cadence is one that you'll have to get used to. Because there's no physical connection with the sword, things just happen at a different pace and you'll need to adjust to that. Be careful if you roll into melee here, as the combination can end with an extra simple slash used to catch melee players that are trying to sneak inside the arc. That lunge from before also gets imbued with magic and becomes that much more lethal. After a small charging period, the boss will shoot his sword straight out in front of him. If hit by the magical sword, you'll take a staggering amount of damage, so if there was one ability to watch out for, it would be this. Finally, and I'm sorry to say we didn't actually see this in action, is this weird swipe attack that the boss does. Maybe it's a grab, but it's hard to say. The boss's left hand will glow red, and then he'll swing it across his body, and then, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I believe this is a grab of sorts, but we never actually got to see it in action. One of the most challenging aspects of this entire fight is the encounter area. 1, it's dark. 2, you're in the middle of the woods and there's shit everywhere, including additional enemies. The truth is, you need to keep moving to avoid these enhanced sweeping attacks, and that often means backpedaling in an area littered with obstacles. Try not to venture out too far, as there are no immediate external threats close to the cabin. Try and do what we often recommend during these boss fights: move clockwise or counterclockwise around the area, creating a sort of defined path in the process. In terms of getting in some offense on the boss, well, you're in luck, because his attacks, while deadly, leave him exposed for a decent amount of time. I don't think Livid really struggled with this fight because, honestly, it's a bit forgiving. If you need to heal, stay away from the boss. If you need to damage the boss, roll in during an opening and land a few shots. Just be careful, as the boss can pivot during abilities to catch players off guard. Hopefully, this one won't give you too many problems. The key is really just identifying those magic-infused abilities, because everything else you've seen before 3 times over. A little patience, some adaptation, and a bit of persistence, and the hunter will become the hunted. When you defeat the Bell-Bearing Hunter, you receive the aptly named Bone Peddler's Bell Bearing. These can be found off a number of bosses in the game, and they can be turned in at Round Table Hold to unlock some new items for purchase. In the case of this Bell Bearing, once turned in, you'll be able to purchase thin animal bones and hefty breastbones, which can be used to craft a number of different items, ranging from arrows to consumables that increase your damage. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of how to defeat the Bell-Bearing Hunter. As always, our goal here at Legacy Gaming is to bring you guides that get straight to the point so you can get back to the action, and if you appreciate that, we'd appreciate your support. Hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Elden Ring boss guides and more in your feeds. Of course, if you still have questions, you can join us on Discord. Our community just passed 20,000 members, and with a small section dedicated just for Elden Ring, there's always someone around to help out and answer questions. Check out the link below to join today. Finally, if you like everything we're doing here on the channel and you want to support us even more, you can do so by becoming a member. For just a couple bucks, you're helping Livid and I achieve our dreams of becoming full-time content creators. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.